Hi, and welcome to Gadget News and Review. We are home to some of the coolest gadgets, and the best consumer reviews online, buyer's guides and features. If you like our review, please subscribe for more upcoming reviews videos. Google Pixelbook Review. With everything that the Google Pixelbook can do these days, we aren't surprised that there's a renewed interest in the premium Chromebook. A hybrid in every sense of the word, the Google Pixelbook brings a lot to the table, both in compatibility and performance, that the similarly priced Chromebook Pixel could only hope for. The Google Pixelbook isn't just the best Chromebook out there. It's also one of the best two-in-one laptops money can buy right now. This is thanks to its ability to offer a taste of Android, while keeping the features and design of Chrome OS intact, something Windows 10 simply cannot compete with. The Google Pixelbook also hauls in a ton of modern design flair, packing it into a maturing form factor, something Google replicated on the Pixel Slate. These are all the features that we can't wait to see repeated or pursued further in the Google Pixelbook 2 in whatever form it takes. The Pixelbook Pen helps to enhance the Pixelbook experience, even though it's sadly sold separately, as it gets rid of the hassle you'd expect from using Android apps on a laptop. This is especially true when paired with Pixelbook's two-in-one functionality. The Google Pixelbook is what you would get if you took a traditional Chromebook and crossbred it with the Google Pixel C. However, there's also a lot going on beneath the surface. This Chromebook is packed with 7th generation Intel Kaby Lake processors, as well as a gorgeous 2400 by 1600 display. Even better, the Google Pixelbook is affordable, with a price tag that makes Apple's similarly spec'd offerings scurry away in shame. There are so many reasons to go with the Google Pixelbook, even this long after its release. The Google Pixelbook is the result of years of incredible work on Google's part in refining a unified design across its hardware offerings. But the Pixelbook could also be seen as a sort of coming of age for Google's design philosophy. It's easy to say that this is the most stunning and remarkably designed computing device from Google yet. From the brushed aluminum frame with flush edges to the rubberized palm rest and underside, every design element has achieved style and substance in equal measure. However, if you haven't purchased a laptop in the last few years, you might have a hard time accepting the lack of ports. Still, the Google Pixelbook is at least future-proof. Which reminds us, the webcam is just as suitable for an increasingly video-centric future with a 720p resolution and 60 frames per second capture rate. The same can't be said of the audio, however. This has become normal in thin and light notebooks. Google has crammed the speakers beneath the keyboard, and the result is tinny sound. Fortunately, a 3.5mm audio jack is there to let you use the best headphones with the Pixelbook. On the upside, the glass trackpad is a pleasure to use as it tracks smoothly and precisely, both in single and multi-touch gestures. However, we found that the trackpad doesn't like us resting our thumb on it to click while tracking with our index finger, a common use case, but not this editor's personal preference. Likewise, the Pixelbook keyboard is among the best we've ever used. The backlit keyboard's keys are well spaced, and its 0.8mm travel is a delight with forceful feedback. We also love the subtle, deeply satisfying clicking sound the keys make. It's different from every laptop keyboard we've tested, and now we're going to expect it everywhere. The Pixelbook earns the Pixel when it comes to the 3:2 display. At 235 pixels per inch with accurate color reproduction, the Pixelbook display rivals some of the best around, Chromebook or otherwise. It's in the same class as the 227 pixels per inch 13-inch MacBook Pro and the 267 pixels per inch Surface Pro 6. The panel works stunningly for movies and photos, as well as photo editing. The 400 nits of brightness help hugely with this. It is still a glossy screen however, and as such doesn't stand up to direct sunlight all that well. At any rate, the display is also extremely accurate to the touch, especially when underneath the Pixelbook Pen. Pixelbook Pen and Google Assistant. First off, we'll just say that it's a damn shame that the Pixelbook Pen is excluded in the price of the Pixelbook, as it's arguably crucial to the experience. However, we're not about to say that the stylus isn't worth the price of admission, because it 100% is worth it, if you can spare it. The Pixelbook Pen works beautifully as a stylus, offering plenty of pressure response as well as tilt support, which makes drawing on the display a pleasure. The display's snappy response helps the digital ink follow close enough behind the pen that any delay is indiscernible. On the Pixelbook Pen sits a single button, which is essentially a Google Assistant button, but also seems to incorporate some of the new Google Lens technology found in smartphones, like the Google Pixel 2. Pressing the button while inking turns that ink into a thick blue, but doesn't actually draw anything. Instead, anything captured inside this blue ink is sent to Google Assistant for analysis, which in turn presents anything and everything Google's servers can gather about whatever you encircle. Circle a picture of a hippopotamus, and Google Assistant will hit you with a Wikipedia page on the animal. In fact, Google's knowledge graph runs so deep that we circled a picture of Office Space's Ron Livingston, and Google Assistant spat back his character's name, Peter Gibbons, before telling us more about the actor. This will be an incredibly useful tool for students, particularly, but users in general will benefit. Another advantage regarding the Pixelbook Pen is that it's opened up Google Keep to support pen input, even from the lock screen, making note-taking that much easier. There are even apps that can convert the Pixelbook Pen's scrawlings into traditional text. However, one huge flaw in the Pixelbook Pen is that it doesn't attach to the laptop in any way, not even via magnets, like the Surface Pro. This oversight makes it that much easier to lose this stylus that cost you so much money. Plus, it runs on quadruple-A batteries, whereas a rechargeable solution would have been much more worthy of the price tag. As for Google Assistant, the service can be activated either using a dedicated keyboard button or via your voice, if you don't invest in the Pixelbook Pen. However, the latter only works when the laptop is logged into, waking the Pixelbook with a "Hey, Google" voice command is in the works, we're told. In general, Google Assistant is just as helpful as it is on smartphones and executes in the exact same way, with an OS-level chat record as well as a voice response. To say that the Google Pixelbook is a strong Chromebook contender isn't going to surprise anyone, but that is exactly the case. Honestly, we wouldn't accept anything less from such a pricey Chromebook, especially considering how lightweight of an operating system Chrome is. To be fair, the Google Pixelbook does handle our entire workload through the Chrome browser, from Google Documents and spreadsheets to Slack chat and even Lightroom photo editing, without a hitch. It's impressive given how traditionally RAM-hungry the browser is, but in Chrome OS there seems to be way more headroom in that regard than with, say, Windows 10 or Mac OS. Naturally, the Pixelbook is going to outmatch Samsung and Asus's latest premium Chromebooks in performance on browser benchmarks, but that's neither here nor there. Frankly, you're not going to see much of a performance difference between the three in real-world use. That's a testament to just how well Chrome OS works with low-power hardware. As for how long the Pixelbook lasts, expect shorter longevity numbers than you're used to having on lower-power Chromebooks. Google promises the Pixelbook to last 10 hours on a full charge, a number that was reached based on a mix of standby, web browsing and other use, according to its product page. However, in our battery test, where we loop a locally stored 1080p movie at 50% brightness at 50% brightness and volume with the keyboard backlight and Bluetooth disabled, the Pixelbook only lasts 7 hours and 40 minutes. That's impressive in and of itself, but definitely a couple of hours short of Google's promise. And that's without mentioning the fact that the Samsung Chromebook Pro lasted 8 hours and 43 minutes on the same test, while the Asus Chromebook Flip lasted a whopping 10 hours and 46 minutes. We'd say the difference in battery life between the two devices lies in them both running low-power Intel Core M3 chips that consume battery life slower, as well as the Chromebook Flip's lower resolution panel. Regardless, we still expect the Pixelbook to last longer during real-world use. Additionally, it outlasted the Surface Pro and 13-inch MacBook Pro by 50 minutes and over an hour, respectively. Not to mention that just 15 minutes hooked up to an outlet gives you up to 2 hours of use, thanks to USB-C fast charging. Perhaps the headlining feature of the Pixelbook is its whole-cloth support of Android apps and the Google Play Store. Alongside that is the brand new launcher interface to access these apps. That's right, after several public attempts through none other than Samsung and Asus, we finally have the promised Chromebook that can run Android apps. The result is, frankly, fantastic, and a testament to Android's vast versatility. Regardless of which Android apps we installed, whether it was Sonic the Hedgehog or the VLC video player, they worked perfectly and looked beautiful beneath the pixel-dense display. Sure, there are some compatibility issues in that some configuration windows appear as if they were on a smartphone. However, that's more on the app developers than on the Pixelbook itself. This is where the masses of local storage start to make much more sense than they ever did on previous Chromebook Pixel models. You're going to need a place to store all of these apps and the files they'll interact with. Naturally, Google also needed a new interface through which to access all of these apps, and that's where the new Chrome launcher comes in. Accessible through a key that has replaced what would otherwise be caps lock, as well as a circular button on the taskbar-like shelf, this tool lets you search through all installed apps as well as open apps with a screen tap. Don't worry, the caps lock function may still be accessed by holding the Alt key and pressing the launcher button. Ultimately, this level of Android app support stands to blow Chrome OS wide open, effectively eliminating its dependence on the Chrome Web Store for app-like experiences. It brings the operating system far closer in capability and versatility to that of Windows 10 and Mac OS, basically making what was a thick line between much thinner. What's more important, however, is that we're finally at a point where there are little to no compromises for almost anyone to switch from a Windows or Mac machine to a Chromebook, thanks to Android. It's all thanks to the Pixelbook. We've compared the Google Pixelbook to rivaling premium Chromebooks, for what should be obvious reasons. However, the fact is we could have easily put it up against the Surface Pro or even the MacBook Pro for its design. That speaks volumes as to how blown away we are by the Pixelbook, and how far Google has taken the Chromebook platform since its genesis. The Google Pixelbook is the first Chromebook worthy of consideration, alongside the most high-end Windows and Mac laptops and 2-in-1 devices. That alone should tell you everything you need to know about the Pixelbook. This is the best Chromebook to date, bar none. That said, this is definitely not the Chromebook you're probably used to. If you were expecting an affordable laptop that the Chromebook name has become synonymous with, look elsewhere. If you want to get in on the ground level of what very well may be the future of Chromebooks in the premium space, look no further. You won't be disappointed.